Hi, this is your host Habibur Rahman, and welcome to my show Azure Essentials series. In today's episode, we will talk about troubleshooting applications with Azure Insights. Azure Application Insights is a comprehensive application performance management service provided by Microsoft Azure. It is designed to help developers and IT professionals monitor the performance, availability, and usage of their web applications by providing deep insights into the application's operations and user behaviors. Application Insights enables proactive identification and resolution of issues, ensuring optimal application performance and user experience. So this is the let's start this. This is the agenda of our today's show. First of all, we will talk about Azure Insights. Then we will create Azure Application Insight instance using Azure Portal, and then we will integrate it with ASP.NET Core app, and then we will see how we can log custom errors into Application Insights. So this is your host, Habibur Rahman. I am two times C Sharp Corner MVP, Microsoft Certified Solution Developer, and currently working as a lead software developer at Now Software. So first of all, I will open Azure portal. I will create application insights, and then I will create ASP.NET Core web application that will be logging and sending different data to Azure application insights. So let's start it. Let me share my screen. Okay. I already have logged in into my Azure portal. If you don't have an account, you can create a free trial, or if you already have an account, you can log in. So first of all, I will create a resource. Okay. Now inside this resource, I will create Azure Application Insight. So let's search this Application Insights. Okay, so now this one is showing me at the first Application Insight. And this Azure service is used for application performance, availability, and usage information at your fingertips. So let's create it. Okay. First of all, I need to provide few details which are very limited. I need to select the subscription which I want to use for this instance. Then I need to select the resource group. I already have one resource group AES, Azure Essential series, so I will be using this. Then I have instance details. So I can say this AES demo.NET application insights. Then I need to select the region. So basically, when I will select the region, this will tell Azure where I want to deploy my instance in which region. So I am interested for East US. Then I need to select subscription detail. So I want a pay-as-you-go model. Then I need to select log analytics workspace. So the default one is okay for me. Next, click on tags. If you have any tag, you can add it here, and then review plus create. Uh, Azure is basically now validating my requirements, and we can create it now. So Azure will deploy it, and then we will be able to use it. Okay, so currently deployment is in progress. So let's wait for a few seconds. It will not take much time. Okay, the resource have been created. Let's go to, okay. So here you can see that we have different details for our application insights instance. We have location, subscription, and all other detail. Then on the right side, we have instrumentation key. So basically, this key is used for connecting our applications with Azure Insights. We also have connection string, a complete connection string that we can use inside our .NET Core apps. Then we have different analytics here. First of all, we have field request, server response time, and server request. So all of these analytics are available here. So now, first of all, I need to create an ASP.NET Core project so that I can instrument my project with Azure Application Insights. So let's create a new project. I'm already inside my Azure Essentials series repository, which is available on my GitHub account. So you can access it from here. I will share links. First of all, I need to specify the project name. So I will say episode 10. Then I need to select the framework, which is .NET 8. Then authentication types, I will select individual accounts so that we can have few database operations by default. And I do not want to use top level statements. So let's create this. Now Visual Studio will create a new project for me. If I run this project to see whether it's working or not, let's run it. The project is building. It will take a little bit time. Okay, you can see that this is a default project which is up and running. This is the name of my project. And then we have to login and registration feature because I have selected individual accounts while I was creating my project. So I will sign up so that my migrations are updated inside database, and database should be created, and then we can have these things to check on application insights as well. So let's register for this. Currently I'm running this project first time, so it is saying me to apply migration, so I'm applying it from here. Otherwise you can directly run update database command inside Nugget Manager console. So let's refresh the page. Okay, now my account have been created. I can log in and I can see my profile here. So all things are working fine. Let's stop this project. Now, next step is to instrument my ASP.NET Core application with Azure Insight. So first of all, I will tell you how you can add this service using Visual Studio. So it's very easy using Visual Studio. Right click on your project. And here you can see that we have an option configure application insights. Click on this. So here we need to connect the dependency. There are two options: monitor web app performance and usage without connecting to an instance running in Azure. So this is for development purpose. You can use this, but as I already have created application inside instance on Azure, so I will be using this one with connection to an instance running in Azure. So click on next button. I already have logged in with the same account. But still it is asking me for login. So let's try. So by using Visual Studio, this will automatically fetch all the Azure Insight application insight instance, and you just need to select the instance. It will automatically connect with your application. So I have been logged in. Now it is loading the application insights instances. So currently I only have one instance, AES demo.net AI. So this one is showing here. Let's select this and click on next button. Okay, now it is showing me provide connection string name and specify how to save it. So this will be connection string name that will be created inside my secrets or app settings, and this will be the connection string value. So this is by default provided by Azure. So Visual Studio automatically fetched it from there. And here you can see that save connection string value in, we have two options, local user secrets, and then we have do not save value anyway. So you can select any option from here. Click on next button. Now here it is showing me the summary of changes that will be applied in my project. So first of all, it will add a code snippet inside my program.cs file that will connect my logs with Azure Insight. Then it will install a Nugget package. There will be added few properties inside my project. Then application connection string will be stored inside secret store. So all are these options are showing here. So let's click on finish option, and Visual Studio is connecting with Azure Insights. So now you can see that this one is showing me Azure Application Insight is connected successfully. Now, if I show you the code, open program.cs file, and if I do scroll down, currently there is no code showing here. So let me check. Let's again click on configure. Okay, so this one is already connected. Okay, let's run this project and see whether our metrics or monitoring data is coming to our application Azure Insight or not. So this is my application running. Let's move to the Azure portal. I want to see 30 minutes data. Let's run the project again to explore a few pages so that we can have enough data. We have email here, password option. Now check this to see we can see any data or not. Let's refresh this. So currently the data is not showing here. So which means our application is not instrumented properly with Azure Insights. So let's try it again. We can do this manually as well. For example, you can see that inside our app setting, you can see the instrumentation key and all other stuff. And let's verify the Nugget packages, whether they have been installed or not. So I can see that Microsoft Application Insights.asp.net. Currently, this package is deprecated, but still let me complete this and then we can update it. So here we have builder.logging.add application insights. And inside this, we have different option. We have configure telemetry configuration. We can provide instrumentation key. So these are different options available. I will use this method, and inside this I need to provide the configuration for this. Configure dot connection string. Here I need to provide the connection string. Okay, so I can I can now get this connection string from my app settings. So I will this say, for example, builder dot configuration dot get let's check the name of our application insights, then connection string. So we can access it from inside this. So here you can select, you can pass the name and then you need to provide the connection string name. And convert it to string. It is showing me connection string. Currently, it is giving me an error. Okay, let's go to Azure and see how it is showing us we can use it. Because this is .NET Core 8 and I think so Visual Studio is not using the latest package. So let's search how to connect Azure Application Insights with ASP.NET Core. So this one is showing us different application. We need to update this package. This one is deprecated. And we need to add this stuff inside our application. Okay. So this is looking more simple. First of all, let's update the package which is deprecated. So let's update it. And then I just need to call the simple method. It will automatically connect with Azure Insights. Let's run it again and see whether it's working or not. Remove the breakpoint and continue. Let's do a few operations so that we can have enough data. Okay, let's check it now inside Azure Insights. If I go inside application map, currently still it is showing me no data is available. So let me copy this connection string manually. Maybe there is some issue with that, and put it inside app settings. We also have secrets. Let's run it again and check. Still data is not showing. Let's try it with a different approach. We have to debug this, why this issue is coming. Sometime issue came and we have to put a lot of time on this. So this is the same day. So let's add it again. Application Insights. Select the application insight instance, connection string, next, and finish. So it connected successfully. And application insights are already added here. So if we see this article, we are having all these things working properly. We have added Nugget package. We have added server-side telemetry, no Visual Studio. And then we have added this Azure Application Insight element. I think this one is missing. We also have connection string in our app setting. So I think now it should be working fine. Okay. So the first one was basically connecting or logging with application insights, and this one is basically registering application insight telemetry. So now it will be working fine. We were missing this function inside our application. So now if I move or perform different operations, okay. Now let's check it inside Azure portal. So currently it is giving me an error. Look like currently there is something wrong with Azure Insights. So it is asking me to check this error. So let's see this. So this is showing me different reason why data can't be shown. First one is we don't have enough data. So let's wait for this. Maybe it show. Yeah. So basically data is coming, but still metrics are not showing because we don't have enough data. If you see our application map, and inside this, we can see that this one is our server, which is running on 59195 port. And this is our SQL Server database, and this is the connection working between them. And if I select my server, so here it can show me different options. This data is not showing, but hopefully it will be showing after a few times. Okay, so now this is how you can instrument your ASP.NET Core MVC web application with Azure Application Insights. And on Azure portal, we have different options here. First of all, we have application map. And inside application map, you can see all the applications working here. And it is now data is coming and it is showing me currently one instance is running and it is taking 44 milliseconds average time for 7 calls. So all this data is showing now. And here you can see that all the routes are showing which we just have called. We have account manager, all these routes are showing. Next, we have live metrics, and inside live metrics, it can show us few numbers or few data related to our server. So currently it's trying to connect with my server. So it is showing me the data for different thing. It is showing me the incoming request. So it is showing me for the incoming request. You can see we have request duration, we have request failure rate. So all different things are showing here. We have outgoing request if we are calling any dependency. For example, I'm calling database, so that is showing also here. We also have overall health. We have committed memory. We have total CPU, and we have exception rate. And here we have server names, and it is also showing how many requests per second are going on this server and how many dependencies are we are calling, and the CPU total and committed memory is also showing here. So let's check how we can see whether any exception is coming inside our application or not. For example, let me put any name so that we can have a 404 error. So I just created 2 or 3 404 error. Now let's move to our application. And here you can see that inside simple telemetry, it is showing me different 404 error. First request is coming from slash this route, and it is showing all the routes which are giving 404 error. So now if any error will come, it will show it here also. And also you can see that request failure rate is also showing me that these requests are failing, and currently my CPU total is working at 3%. So all these live metrics are showing here. We also have a specific failure tab. If we see this, it will show us complete error related information. So it is showing me overall top 3 response codes are coming, and 404 is the error which is coming mostly. We also have exception types. We have failed dependencies. For example, my database is not working, so then it will come inside failed dependencies, and here it is showing me the operations which are failing. If I select dependencies, it will show me the errors for dependencies. Then we have exceptions. So you can see that currently we don't have any exceptions. So let me show you how we can see which application is, which exception is coming inside our application. So I will put the exceptions myself. For example, on my privacy page, I want to throw an exception. So I will say throw new exception, and I will say hello Ford from ASP.NET Core. So whenever I will call this page, a custom exception will be thrown, and this exception should be catching inside our application insights, Azure Application Insights. So if I click on privacy and click on, okay, you can see that the exception is coming. Let's continue. Okay, this exception is coming. An unhandled exception occurred while processing the request. So now let's go to our Azure Insights and click on refresh. So here you can see that inside operation name on get home privacy, we are getting an error. And if I see the response code, this error is basically 500. And this error is basically related to exceptions, but still not showing here. So this is the exception you are throwing inside your application. But how you can log your custom logs? For example, you want to log information or any debug information, or you want to log any error. So how you can do that? You can see that by default in our home controller, we have injected iLogger, and this iLogger is type of home controller. So we can use this logger for logging our information and exception to our Azure Insights. For example, I have got, for example, I have a exception handler here, and inside this exception handler, I'm throwing a custom exception so that I can catch it. So here may be any function you are calling, and if there will be any error comes in that function, this exception handler will catch that error and pass it here, and inside here we can call our logger and we can say log error, and we can directly pass the exception from here, and I can say this home controller privacy error. Here you can pass any information which may be helpful for debugging your application. So let's run this. Okay, now click on privacy. So you can see that now this error is not coming to me. This is not showing to me because I have applied an exception handler, and this exception is not unhandled anymore. If I refresh the page again, you can see that this is now logging this exception through logger, and click on continue. So now if I check my application and let's refresh this, here you can see that now this one is showing inside my exception. If I click on this exception, so this one is showing all the details of my exception. Here is the exception error message which is showing. Then we have problem ID. And here you can see that there is complete stack trace of our exception. This exception is coming from ep10 project.controller.homecontroller, and inside privacy method, this exception is coming. So likewise, you can trace your exception for this. And if you are interested to see the detailed logs of your application, we have a specific option inside monitoring, which is logs. And this logs is showing all the logs which are you using. We have to basically configure this separately, but let's cancel this. So this is a complete logs tab, and inside this we have multiple table where all the data of application insight is storing. So we can query all the data. Here are a few built-in queries which we can use. We can find different alerts, browsing data, performance related queries, and then report failures. For example, I want to see top 10 failed requests inside my application. So we can use this query. Let's run on this. So now this one is showing me top 10 failed requests. So this one is showing me first of all DSFD. So this was 404 error that I have encountered. And then at the end, it is showing me home/privacy error, and all these error comes only once in my application. So if you click on tables, here you can see that application insights have different tables, and these tables have different data related to application insights. We have request data, So you can query all this data according to your requirements. You can write custom queries for your data, or you can create a functions for same queries. If I see performance and I want to see the trend of request count, so click on this, run it. So now it is showing me the trend of my application request count. So the total count is 11 and this count is growing. So there are different uh, metrics you can explore for your application. Next, we have users. So basically, application insights automatically monitor your users and sessions as well. So click on users. Currently, it is showing me only one user because you can see that I only have created one user inside my ASP.NET Core application. So Azure is automatically uh, tracking that user, and likewise we can track the activity of specific user. So if I click on sessions, it will show me all the logged in sessions here. And for more details, I can click on view more insights, and here it is showing me the users and the events which a user have performed. So all these things are showing here. We also have user flows. So let's select an event. So here different events are coming. For example, I want to check this home select. So here it is asking me for dimensions that you want to see. For example, I want to check the users by event. For example, the users which come on home/index screen, and I want to check the client IP address. So likewise, you can select different events from here, the time range and all the included events. You can also create the graph for these users. Okay. So now this one is showing me the graph of the users. First of all, this users is basically this get script tag is running. This is by default tag and call. Then the users index called, and basically here the user application started, and then user performs different behaviors. So basically I was performing all these behaviors. So likewise this you can create user flows. You can understand the behavior of your user for marketing requirements. So you can do all these different things. And at the end we have events section. So basically using Azure Application Insights, you can track the application events. Even you can create your custom event with Azure Insights as well. We also have alerts inside monitoring, and these alerts have the option. For example, you want to create an alert when CPU usage is greater than 95%. So for example, you want to create this alert, so you can create alert rule, and here are different options you need to select. First of all, you need to select the signal name. So there are different signals available. For example, when any server exception come, you want to check, or any failed request. For example, my signal is related to availability. So let's select this. Then you need to select few condition. For example, you want to set your threshold static or dynamic. Then you can select the operation when greater than or equal to. threshold value. For example, you can say that when my value is greater than 95, and when to evaluate, you want to check this every 1 minute. And here you can specify the action that you want to call, details of the action, then you can have alert rule details. So likewise this, you can create custom alerts for anything on your application insights matrix. So whenever, for example, you can also create an alert when exception count is greater than 10, create an alert to the developer to monitor this application. So you can do a lot of things using Azure Application Insights. Okay, so now you can see that the data is also coming here inside this tab. So this is how you can instrument or you can check or monitor your application using Azure Application Insights. Okay, so this was how we see we can create application insight instance instrumented over ASP.NET Core web application and then logging or error logs into Azure Application Insights. In next episode, we will talk about Azure Service Bus for event-driven application, and this episode will be next Saturday on the same time. So thank you so much for being the part of C Shop Corner Islamabad chapter. If you want to watch the previous episodes of this show, you can access it C Shop Corner /live/Azure-Essentials. And if you are interested to access the code for all these episodes, you can access my GitHub account, Habib-Developer/Azure Essentials series. And thank you so much again. Hopefully see you in next episode. Have a good day. Bye.